I'm not the sort of person just to sit back and count pennies on a beach drinking pina coladas and stuff, and so I thought, let's roll the dice. I'd been a client here for about 4 years before the opportunity came along to buy the place. I was in final approach selling my software company in the legal industry. Wine has been something I've invested in and has become a sort of a hobby of mine over 30, 40 years. It's 1,200 acres, so we were doing due diligence on the land and the size of the stud, employment lawyers, bloodstock lawyers. And it suddenly dawned on us that we're sitting off the 1,200 acres, about 170 acres of south-facing chalk slopes, which is the perfect soil for making, growing grapes that go on to make sparkling wine, champagne. And it's all because of climate change. Right now in the Champagne region, which is just 2.5 hours southeast of Calais, so it's quite close to us, it's effectively too hot to make age-worthy champagne. So in some years you can still do it. By age-worthy, the champagne, from the likes of Krug or Dom Perignon, champagne that in 10, 20 years is still drinkable, it increases in value, etc. And England is now seen very much as the sort of new frontier of what is called cool climate viticulture. And you look at the summer we've just had, it's almost perfect. Yes, we've had a couple of iffy days. We had a late frost in May that impacted on some of the lower slopes. But if you look at these grapes here, you can see that we're dealing with, we're producing, this is Pinot Noir, incredible high quality fruit. And our aspiration is to ultimately make a quality of wine that's commensurate with the quality of our bloodstock.
It's always important to start with an end point, which is the finished product being served to a wine drinker, a wine consumer, whether it's at home or in a restaurant. And we sort of work back from there. So do we want a full-bodied, style of wine, Pinot Noir dominant perhaps? You might get those grapes a little bit riper, possibly add a little bit of complexity with some oak barrels. Or you could go for a Blanc de Blanc style, something a little bit leaner, a little bit racier, or everything in between, a combination of Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. The single biggest winemaking decision is actually picking grapes. How ripe are they? Obviously they all have to be spotlessly clean, but the actual ripeness level will really determine the style and the potential of what a vineyard can do.
We're not looking to go mainstream with this. This is very much going to be about membership of our clubs. We have a wine club. We have launched various racing syndicates and more recently 2 bloodstock syndicates. If you're a member of our bloodstock syndicate, you immediately become a member of our wine club and you get your first 12 bottles free. We're creating a club which offers experiences. It's not just, come and taste some wine. Every quarter we'll have, in the spring, you come here and after canopies and tasting some of the wine, you get to see some of the beautiful foals that are being born. You get a stallion parade, you get to see the stallions. And you're all the time rubbing shoulders with other like-minded people who like wine and like horses. So we're branding our wines after our horses. So the Blanc de Blanc, which is 100% Chardonnay, is called Nathaniel. The classic cuvée, which is a blend of Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier and Chardonnay, is called Chastity, after our champion broodmare. She produced some 16 million guineas worth of bloodstock, including 3 that went for over 3 million each. And then, wait for it, the rosé is named after our mare that produced her first foal. It's called Ilang Ilang, went to 130 mile, and she's called Shambolic. It's quite an amusing name. For us, it's about the cross-pollination, as I call it, between what we already do, breeding some of the finest horses in the commercial arena, with that aspiration to make the finest sparkling wine.